Islam is frequently in the spotlight and is often mentioned in a negative tone. The Needham Human Rights Committee, the Needham Free Public Library, and the Newton Human Rights Commission co-sponsored a discussion in hopes of educating people about Islam and to give a chance for people to ask questions to two members of the Muslim community. Ashley Julier has the details.
I think people who want to listen to an opinion deserve to hear it. So I try as best as I can to come and answer questions and to share my perspective for those who would like to hear it, because I'm grateful for their interest in it.
On October 17th, Nancy Khalil and Dr. Mohamed Lazzouni spoke to a packed crowd at the library's community room. Khalil provided an overview of Islam, and Dr. Lazzouni set the context in which the discussion would take place.
I started with the idea of explaining those that are putting together the two terms Islam and threat into the same sentence have allowed us to develop opinions on how these two things come together, what they are, and how we assess them. So at the beginning we started to talk about let's take them separately, understand what Islam is and what threat is, and then as we unpack what goes on into the term threat, then we can evaluate for ourselves what makes sense and what doesn't make sense.
The idea that their religion should be more responsible for the people in their religion who are violent than for example, Christians have to be responsible for Timothy McVeigh, or Jews have to be responsible for the person who assassinated Rabin. I really, I think even more than before, I was feeling that how difficult their task is.
Attendees of the Islam in America discussion asked questions ranging from the potential mosque at Ground Zero to gaining a better understanding of the terms jihad and Sharia law. The sponsors of the event hoped educating people about Islam would lead to acceptance and even further open discussion.
I think that all members of our society need to work together to dispel ourselves of discrimination, whether it be based on religion or race or heritage. And I think that that is the goal really of this session today, is for people to take that with them.
I'm convinced that the more we understand of different religions, the better we're able to communicate and be able to solve problems and appreciate the good in the different groups. So I wanted to hear directly from people who live it and deal with some of the tough questions.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Ashley Julier.